So that would be very...
Do you have any concern that...
No, I mean, look,
how ludicrous it is that
he's had you over. I don't see this happening. I'm just thinking
at a distance, and fake Paul can't fight. He just can't. I don't care what anybody tells me. He can't fucking fight.
Eddie Hearn has officially exploded. 2 weeks before fight night, Jake Paul pulls out of the Anthony Joshua fight, and Hearn is furious. He calls Jake a paper tiger, all hype and no heart. Millions invested, fans ready, contracts signed, and Jake Paul folds like a cheap chair. Hearn says Jake's ego is bigger than his courage, and the boxing world is stunned by what looks like the most cowardly stunt of Paul's career.
Out with all the money that's been spent, and a squeaky bum time is not the way forward. And I think Jake Paul's game.
Hearn's rage is justified. Jake Paul hasn't just embarrassed himself, he's embarrassed the entire sport. This wasn't a small fight. This was a global event. A career-defining moment. Wasted. Hearn unleashes a full-blown call-out, painting Jake as a scared, overhyped internet creation who panicked the second a real challenge approached. The boxing world watches in disbelief as Jake turns hype into humiliation.
It's something that we took very seriously, and something that a lot of work has gone into, and obviously it hasn't been resolved, and it was attempted to be struck out.
Frank Warren steps in, and he doesn't sugarcoat a thing. To him, this fight was never competitive. It was a disaster in slow motion. Jake Paul turned what should have been a spectacle into a train wreck.
Or not, this is a car crash, and people will watch it because that's what people do at car crashes, and that's what this is.
Fans weren't watching for skill. They were preparing to witness Jake get steamrolled. The hype evaporated faster than Jake's confidence. Warren doubles down. Jake Paul's fitness, preparation, and physical readiness are being openly questioned. This isn't about talent anymore. It's about basic survival. Every failed test, every delay, every excuse exposes Jake further. Promoters and fans see it clearly now. The problem child is nothing more than an overhyped novice, terrified of a real heavyweight threat.
And we're determining whether he's going to be fit to box. If he's not well enough, then obviously he won't fight, but we don't know what the outcome is yet. And in the
Meanwhile, Spencer Brown is panicking behind the scenes. Chaos everywhere. Jake's team scrambling, confused, unprepared, while Joshua's camp remains calm, focused, and laser sharp. Every phone call, every emergency meeting highlights the massive gap between a world-class athlete.
Well, we knew half an hour ago. You probably noticed I've been on the phone running back.
And a social media boxer pretending he belongs at the elite level. Adam Smith says what everyone is thinking. Jake Paul's illness excuse isn't convincing anyone. Fans are calling it out. Boxing insiders aren't buying it. Health matters, yes. But the timing? The convenience? The history of excuses? It all exposes what looks like a desperate attempt to avoid the inevitable beating. Joshua was ready to deliver. Johnny Nelson calls the whole thing suspicious. This isn't just a canceled fight, it's a credibility crisis. Fans deserve answers. Promoters deserve answers. Age's camp stayed professional. Jake Paul, he looks like a man running from responsibility.
So that's strange. He's ill. He can't fight if he's ill. Okay, health has to come.
Nelson even suggests an official inquiry. That's how serious this mess has become. YB Patreon sums up the frustration perfectly. A last-minute cancellation doesn't just hurt promoters, it damages the sport. Jake Paul's pattern of excuses is catching up to him. Compared to Joshua, he looks like a lightweight in every possible way.
Unfortunately, there is going to be there needs to be an inquiry straight after this. Why, what? But that's what I'm hearing. This news is as fresh to me as it is you. I'm quite sure when this goes out, it'll be all over.
Every dodge, every delay, every stunt chips away at what little reputation he had left. Anthony Joshua finally speaks, and he doesn't hold back. To AJ, Jake Paul isn't just unprofessional, he's toxic. All talk, all theatrics, zero substance. AJ calls out the attitude, the drama, the fake bravado. He warns that boxing exposes pretenders. And Jake Paul is long overdue for a harsh reality check inside the ring.
Like that, people schedule fights and then they pull out, oh, I was injured. Well, if you was injured, you won't be injured.
Eddie Hearn takes it even further. This isn't just disappointment, it's legal territory now. Jake Paul may face real consequences for breaking commitments. Hearn has already moved the case to the lawyers. The message is clear. This isn't YouTube. This is boxing. Contracts matter.
I feel like he's toxic. I feel like you can put any top heavyweight in the world up here and he'll probably say the same thing about them all. So it's just him as a person, and then he just needs a beat down.
Jake's recklessness has officially crossed from embarrassing to potentially devastating. Chael Sonnen adds his own brutal truth. Jake Paul is still an unknown to serious boxing fans. A product of hype, not hard competition. The Feldman decision exposed his limits, and rather than learning from it, Jake doubled down on noise instead of improvement. Sonnen says it plainly, Jake Paul is a boxer in name only. Tom Little offers a balanced warning. Jake Paul has potential, but potential does not survive at heavyweight unless it's backed by grit, lungs,
against him, and we'll leave it in the hands of the lawyers.
and mental toughness. If Jake's confidence is inflated and all signs say it is, he will collapse the moment he faces real pressure. Paul remains a gamble. Entertaining? Yes. Proven? Absolutely not. Tony Bellew delivers the final brutal verdict. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua isn't a competitive matchup. It's a formality.
Problem that Paul ran into is when Feldman turned in a ridiculous decision, which is where Paul should have left.
Can't fight. I'm not saying he's rubbish. I'm not saying he's useless. But we will see how good he is. And if I'm right in what I'm saying,
Joshua puts 10-ounce gloves on and gets in a boxing ring and Jake Paul is in the other corner, this won't last long. This will last as long as Josh wants it to.
Just looking up at Daddy there and just seeing, how big he is, and just my eyes were kind of going into his nipples and stuff, which I kind of liked. And then basically I was just like, whoa, he's big in that. And then,
Bellew says AJ controls everything. The pace, the range, the punishment, and Paul. He's a YouTuber dabbling in a sport that demands more than viral clips and promo videos. Bellew warns this wouldn't just be a loss.
Holy ass. Jake Paul has shocked the world. He's done it again. He's done the unthinkable. He's done the impossible. And that's a long headline, but that's what it's going to say.
I don't think Anthony Joshua would take Jake Paul lightly any way, shape or form. And it'd be so easy to hit. You're talking about a trained athlete against...
It would be a humiliation, a public dismantling, a reminder that hype collapses the moment reality arrives. And with the way Jake is running now, the boxing world is asking the real question. Is this the beginning of the end of Jake Paul's boxing career? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button for more boxing drama, and subscribe so you never miss the inside reactions. Shaking the fight game.
There isn't too many brands that could kind of elevate me to the next level. With some of my friends and people who are smarter than me, I teamed up with a great team, and we decided to create the AJBXNG brand, which is going to help the next generation, which is going to help existing competitors, which is going to help keep fitters, stay injury-free, perform at a higher level, and be able to kind of push themselves beyond their limits and get the results that they desire. I love being an athlete. You'll find me swimming, you'll find me running, you'll find me riding bikes, playing football, you'll find me boxing, skipping. Wherever there is activities where I can have fun, you'll find me involved. So I wanted to create a community first measures that I set out for myself. Yes, it's tough. Yes, I'm tired. Yes, my body does feel it. As much as I want to win, when I see someone around me that wants to win just as much as me, it gives me motivation. I'm the one on the battlefield and I'll go out and conquer so I can bring harvest back to my team.
I actually think I work hard, but you work hard.
Coach said to me today, he goes, he heard me. I said to myself, man, this guy's killing me. And he said, that's the thing. He said, I'm killing you. But he said something like, wouldn't you kill to be great? As much as I want to win for myself, I also want to win for my coach. I respect him and his time and effort that he puts in. So what's riding on it for me is the respect, and I want to win for my